Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel. I'm Lissy, a spiritual guide, energy healer, and massage therapist, and this is Wisdom of She. I've created this space as an extension of my spiritual practice of soul healing and reconnection within Aotearoa, New Zealand. Shifting into the powerful, receptive energy of She is simply a way for me to describe the divine feminine energy rising from within. In the context of my work, it is not used to describe gender in any way. She cracks us open to the radiance of our light. She anchors in our ability to embody greater vitality, health, freedom, abundance, and wisdom in all areas of our life. I wanted to begin sharing my experiences, tools, and healing codes of light in a way for you to connect more deeply into trusting the unique unfolding of your own path. No two heart awakenings look the same. So when you tune into everything that I share, always use your discernment for things that resonate and leave the rest. So as I was tuning into what I wanted to bring through for today, I wanted to share with you. So I'm currently sipping on beetroot, ginger and lemon juice, and I have been up channeling all night. So spirit, one thing that has happened often over the last 3 years, quite often I will receive downloads through the night. And so if you're experiencing this yourself, that is just because the veil is at its thinnest. You are shifted into different brainwaves in the evening, especially if you've been asleep, and then you wake up and consciously receive a download, information, feelings, sensations, and knowing. When you are in that space, you are in a really attuned and heightened awareness with your soul. And so you are able to communicate really clearly from that space. You're able to communicate with your guides really clearly from that space. And tonight or this morning, I guess however you look at it, that's been the case for me. I've been bringing through a lot, and I guess I am able to work a lot more efficiently through the night because of my heightened access to my guides, heightened access to my heart, anchoring in my heart and receiving information from my soul. So if that is something you have wondered about, because I know in the beginning my mind had a lot of resistance to being randomly awake through the night. You know, as you do, you really just want to sleep, and you have the pinnacle of a deep night's rest as like the ultimate in what you're trying to achieve every single night, rather than being surrendered into the ebbs and flows of the cycle of a month and the cycle of the moon. We tend to have these unrealistic expectations upon ourselves of what each night should look like, and then that can create a lot of mental chatter, a lot of resistance within the mind when it doesn't go to plan. And so this is what we come up against when we are in the seat of the mind, which wants to control the outcomes of everything. And this is when we are coming up against the language of the heart, which is just wanting to flow. It's just wanting to be. It doesn't have any concept of time. So when it wants to commune, when it wants to communicate with you, if you allow it, it will show you this deep unfolding and this flow state that starts to unravel when you really listen to what is wanting to be communicated, because it is not like I'm holding this juice in my hand. It is not through the same senses that we perceive the language of the heart. It's not through a physical interaction with an object and It is more like the air around us that we breathe, that just simply is there. And we know it's there because we're alive and we're breathing it in every moment. It exists beyond our, need to consciously bring it into existence. It simply is. And so if you are experiencing, and particularly at certain points through the month, when there is a heightening, when there's energetic happenings going on, beyond what the moon is doing, there are certain energetic points in the month that will give rise to you naturally being awake. And so what I suggest is, instead of lying in bed in resistance to it, you may still like to lie in bed, but bring your hand to your heart and connect into your breath, connect into your body, connect into the space, and simply allow yourself to rest without any expectations, and bringing your mind back. You almost have to coach it and mentor it and recondition it back to expanding out past its limitations of comfortability. And that is when you start getting into that subtle realm of the heart space of your soul. And the more that you tune into that space throughout your day, throughout your experiences, throughout your emotions that rise and fall continuously, throughout your interactions, throughout memories that rise up into your field, seemingly out of nowhere. As you allow yourself to stay more present in your heart and not get attached and pulled in down the rabbit hole, that is when you really take back that seat of power. But you give permission to ground more of your light into your body, because you're starting to listen, you're starting to tune in, you're starting to trust. And that takes time. There's a real push-pull period with the mind that continues for our entire lives, but it becomes more of an ease and flow when you are more grounded in your heart. So you feel the pull of your mind, and you allow your heart to gently drop and ground and anchor all that you are experiencing. So it allows you to sit more at the eye of the storm that can be swirling around you, whatever it might be. You can sit in the center and hold space for it. Doesn't mean that it's not there. Doesn't mean that you are resisting it in any way. It allows you greater presence to witness what is coming up, rather than being swept away in the emotions and the heaviness of it, becoming identified with it. You are softening yourself to the experience. You are embracing yourself, especially when it is a hard experience to go through. You're giving yourself the love that you would give to a child, but you are giving it to yourself. That type of embrace will allow you to really connect into the present moment as you go about your day. And as your mind pulls you off, you can notice it without judgment, however long it takes, and gently guide yourself back into your heart, into your body, into the present breath, the present moment. And what you're doing by continually bringing yourself back to that, you are reconditioning your mind. You are pulling it out of old habits that do not serve you. And you're saying, hey, come over here. Come over here, sit with me a while. I've got you. You're soothing it. You're soothing your nervous system. You're putting yourself back into the seat of power in your life. And in that space, you have an abundance of time. You have as much time as it takes to soothe the mind from all of its heightened claims of catastrophe or feeling that the world's caving in on itself. And you're soothing with every breath. You're bringing yourself back. And you're connecting from the point of your heart. And allowing that to be the space in which moves your mind forward into aligned action. So I just wanted to finish on a light language blessing for you all. As you connect to your heart, you may like to place your hand on your heart. Closing down your eyes just allows you to close down one of your biggest senses, shifting out of your mind and back into your body. As you connect to your breath, simply say out loud or in your mind's eye, I am open to receive. And as you are open to receive this healing, you are tuning in to the subtle language of your heart, to the frequency of your soul. Mita rokt ia. Shum miata aro I ka ro imia ti oro imia. Jando rokt I sumi a ayato oro imi kai aroi imia. Ena oro ek ai te eni imatu mi ikai rasini ia no oro imia. E tā roi e mea, no e ka tā o e se e mea tu umuia. Taking a deep breath in. Reconnecting back into this space, You may feel like you need to ground a little. You can do this in many ways. You can wash water over your hands. You can spend a little bit more time in meditation and feel back into your body and gently massaging your hands. You may like to bring your hands up behind your neck and just giving it a gentle circular motion in the muscles around your neck. And then placing your hands on your thighs and gently squeezing them, allowing yourself to come more fully back into your body. Please be sure to drink plenty of water to help flush your system. Sending you all so much love.